Alright, I said I was going to do another question video with real questions from real viewers, and I'm just going to do it in a really nonchalant way. I'm just going to read them off the phone and then say my answers to the camera. Question number 1. Would you rather eat maggots for a day or eat human flesh forever? We're off to a brilliant start. When will you do a Superior Spider-Man pull list video, and could you do more comic book related videos, as yours are what got me into them? Thank you, but my most recent pull list was about Superior Spider-Man. I'm going to do another pull list video about the ending of Superior Spider-Man and the beginning of Amazing Spider-Man, so keep an eye out for that. I know comics aren't everyone's cup of tea, even though they should be, so it makes me really happy to hear when people really like my pull list videos. If given the opportunity, would you willingly join the Doctor Who cast as a writer, producer, actor, or anything? Would you join, and what would you want to do? I think it'd be really fun to be one of those short-stinted actors, like through a 3 or 4 episode run, so that way there's not a whole lot of pressure on me to like carry the series, but I could be like, look, there's me in all of these episodes. I'm on Doctor Who. Check that off my bucket list. Do you like Supernatural and Sherlock as well as Doctor Who? I love Doctor Who. I love Sherlock. Supernatural to me is kind of meh. Are you into the phenomenon that people look like their name or don't? Maybe someone has told you that you don't look like a Travis. Yes, I get told that I look like a Chris or a Mike a lot. Chris, I could maybe see. Mike, I don't think I look like a Mike. What are your thoughts on conspiracy theories, and are there any that you believe in? I believe that Torchwood created the television show Doctor Who because the Doctor is real and they want us to believe that he's a fictional character. Who is your most hated companion? Rose. Why is logic? Because reasons. Marvel or DC, and why? I prefer Marvel superheroes and DC supervillains. I feel like Marvel really has the whole hero thing going, and DC has the world is really gritty and we have to get through it somehow tone going on, which I kind of really like. But Image usually beats both of them. Have you ever read any of the Dresden Files books? No, I have not, but people keep telling me that I need to. Do you have any recommendations for someone who's trying to start collecting comic books? There are 2 ways for you to collect comic books. Collect them as an investment or collect them to read. If you're collecting them to read, I would suggest starting with trade paperbacks, which are rebound reprints of the original comic issues into like a book form, and those are usually really cheap and really easy for you to catch up. You can read all the way from Amazing Spider-Man 1 all the way to 700 through trade paperbacks, and you don't have to spend as much as you would on the comics, because a lot of those old Amazing Spider-Man issues, they're a lot of money, and you're not going to want to shell out all of that money for something that you're going to want to read. So to read them, I would suggest going with trade paperbacks. Would you rather breathe underwater or fly? I would rather fly because I can't see a purpose for me to swim underwater, and besides, the bottom of the ocean is one of the things that sort of terrifies me. But the thing about flying is that anytime a superhero or anybody from Dragon Ball Z, whatever, they're flying, their eyes never dry out. I never understood that. Because like, I'll walk outside on a windy day and immediately my eyes get really dry and I'm like, why would anybody want to fly? But flying is kind of a cliche superpower. I want a superpower where it's like subtle, that I don't have to like have supervillains coming at me for it. Because if I'm flying in the sky, I will make enemies everywhere I go. People will be like, who's that flying creep? He must be an alien. Let's kill him. No, I want something like teleportation or telekinesis. Telekinesis would be fantastic, but I feel like I would get really fat. Like I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, I want the remote. I have the remote. I didn't even have to get up and get it. And then I get fat, which is something I don't want. So every superpower, I guess, has a sort of disadvantage, and I got way far off of your question. Back to the question. What is your favorite class to play in various video games? I'm not a gamer, really. Like, I'm not a gamer at all. I'm the worst person to ask this question to. How do you feel about being alive for 2 Godzilla reboots? Well, I wasn't feeling old today. Thoughts on Lord of the Rings books and movies? I own all the movies, and I have this awesome 4-cover box set. So, safe to say I like them. If Donna Noble and the 9th Doctor were in an episode together, what do you think would happen? Hilarity. What shows are you currently watching? Bates Motel, Doctor Who, Sherlock, Big Bang Theory, How I Met Your Mother, There are other ones. I just can't think of them off the top of my head right now. Comic Book Men, American Pickers, Pawn Stars. There are others. What's one of your best childhood memories? A really awkward first kiss on a slide when I think I was in 3rd grade? What is the weirdest thing you've ever done? I feel like that would be A, too embarrassing to put in a YouTube video, or B, would make a fantastic YouTube video. Let me think on that. Your opinion on the Scarlet Spider series and final conclusion about it. I assume you're talking about the Scarlet Spider series which just recently ended, but if you're reading New Warriors, you know that that story is not quite over. But to answer your question, I really enjoyed the Scarlet Spider series. Even though it wasn't Ben Reilly who was my Scarlet Spider, it was Kane. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. If I gave you $1 million, what would you do? Probably ask you, why are you giving me $1 million? Memo Demo Dude wants to know, if I could get 3 wishes, what would they be? Comics, and world peace. Wait, no, comics. More comics. I have a problem. Someone you looked up to when you were younger. When I was younger, I took martial arts and I got my 2.5 degree black belt from my sensei, Mr. Orendorff. I always looked up to him. He's a fantastic fella. Favorite ice cream flavor? Well, I'm eating Heath right now. Favorite movie you love but everyone else seems to hate? I loved R.I.P.D. to the point of buying it. Don't you hate how Disney bought Star Wars? In J.J. Abrams, I trust. What is your favorite food? Pizza or ice cream? Ice cream pizza. What was your most awkward date and which was your best one? That might make a video by itself. What does the fox say? Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding. Next question. Hey Travis, could you show us your crib, aka house? Soon. Have you ever tried snowboarding? I definitely prefer snowboarding over skiing. I can do both, but with skiing, I have this paranoid fear that the skis are gonna cross and I'm just gonna twist and just go into a tree and it's just not gonna be a fun time for me. Snowboarding is weird though because I cannot snowboard on a bunny hill to save my life, but if you get me on a snowboard on like a double or triple diamond, I shred that hill. And I think it has to do with the gravity, but for some reason I keep better balance when I'm going really fast, and I don't know why. Physics. What is your preferred method of time travel, and what time travel paradox theories do you believe most accurate? Doctor Who theory says you can't go back in your own timeline, but Back to the Future theory says you can. I would like to believe that if I was able to go back into the past, that things would change. I know that it would probably make an alternate reality, that it would split into like multiple universes because of that decision, and that if I go back and I change something, it's going to make a different future than what it was, but that other future is still going to exist. I'm just not going to be in it. But I just really like the option of us having free will. I don't like thinking that everything is already predetermined from birth, that all of your decisions are going to happen no matter what, even if it's your free will. I feel like having that option kind of comforts me. So I don't want my life to be predetermined. I want it to be my choice on what I do. If I want to go to the store right now, I go to the store. And if I get hit by a car on the way there, it's my fault. It's not the universe's. Are you a Stephen King fan? If so, which novel is your favorite? I do like some Stephen King. I'm not obsessive about him like some of my friends, but I really like From a Buick 8 and Dead Zone and Pet Sematary. Those are my top 3. How does one go about collecting comics when they're on a tight budget and no comic book stores near them? You can always go on eBay and buy some trade paperbacks like I talked about earlier in this video, and you can always start at number 1 with the trades. They have like 5 or 6 to up to 10, 20 issues in a binding, and you can always start with number 1. Some of them might be out of print, and they might be a little expensive, but you can always pick a series, and usually trades are well-contained story arcs, so you could read trade number 3 or 4 of something, and it will probably explain everything you need to know for that story arc. Are you a Godzilla fan, and if so, are you going to the premiere of Godzilla in May? Finally, a Godzilla question that does not make me feel old. I am really excited for the new movie, especially after seeing the most recent trailer. Were you forced to read Romeo and Juliet in high school? Yes, I was, and I did not like it at all. All these people who are like, oh my god, it's such a beautiful love story. He loves her, and she loves him, and oh, they died, and it's so tragic and beautiful. No, it's not. Read the book. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's not a love story. It's stupid. Stupid. What would you do differently if you knew nobody would judge you? Come on, let's be honest. All of our answers are the same. We wouldn't wear pants in public. Would you be willing to give any childhood details? Be a little more specific and I might make an entire video about it. I don't know. What happened to the kitten you got a while back? Much like Tatiana, that kitten was not mine. What's your favorite band? Motion City Soundtrack. What was your first fandom? Probably Star Wars. My uncle got me into it when I was a really little kid, and then when the Star Wars computer games came out, I would buy those and play those all the time. Do you see yourself selling any What Travis Says merchandise like other YouTubers in the future? I think a What Travis Says t-shirt would be really cool and I'd totally get one. If there's more interest, I will totally put out that product. What is your favorite quote? To build an apple pie from scratch, you must first invent the universe. Carl Sagan. What was your all-time favorite cartoon growing up, or is it still your favorite? Dragon Ball Z, yes. Do you think the Master will be showing up in Season 8, and who would you want to play him? As for who I want to play him, I don't ever touch anything like that with the BBC. The BBC, I trust the BBC with the actors that they choose. But I would love to see the Master come back for Season 8. Are you going to do any more epic stuff like the TARDIS in space? I would love to think of another fantastic idea to do, one that preferably does not involve helium. All-time favorite superhero and villain. Superhero, Spider-Man, villain, Doomsday. Who is your favorite author? John Green and Catherine Dunn. If you could write your own monster or episode of Doctor Who, what would it be and why? If I was writing an episode of Doctor Who, I would probably try to make people afraid of something mundane, like couches. The couch monsters from planet Friday Bach. Do you have a movie that you would consider a bit of a guilty pleasure? What is your opinion on goats ruling the earth? I am anti-goats ruling the earth. They would just eat everything. What is it like living in your new house? Well, it's an apartment, but I live by myself, so I can film whenever I want, but I feel like my loud voice is kind of upsetting my neighbors, but nobody's come knocking at my door yet, so... What is your favorite song of all time? Please sing a little bit of it. Copyright infringement. I can't sing because it'd be too beautiful, and the YouTube algorithm would pick it up and be like, he's using licensed music. He can't be doing that. So you're welcome. What is your opinion on The Big Bang Theory, the show? I assume you're the person that asked a few days ago in my other question video. Sorry for my smart aleck answer. But yes, I do watch The Big Bang Theory. I'm one of the few nerds that I know that actually really enjoys the show. Do you have any pet or pet plant? If you do, show it. Yes, I have a pet plant, and since there were no little potters at the store, I just put him in a mug. What is one thing you like that we might not expect you to like? I already showed you. I own it on Blu-ray. If you could design the 12th Doctor's sonic screwdriver, what would it look like? Ooh, you're asking me to design a sonic screwdriver. That's very interesting because I currently am. You'll see it sometime soon. So that's all. Thank you for watching another month of March Travis Says. I can't believe I made it through the entire month posting every single day. I've never done that before, so it's a big weight off my shoulders, and now all I have to do is edit this, throw it up on the internet, and I think you should comment with what your favorite video was this month. Keep in mind, 25 days without internet doesn't count because that wasn't this month. Anything from March 1st to this video, let me know which one was your favorite, because I'm really interested to hear that from you. I'm gonna go eat some ice cream and possibly watch Mean Girls. Bye.